Happy Wednesday, you discarded doobies. It's another lovely day of Persona 5. Dan, why don't you say hello to our viewers?
Oh, look at these shoes!
High as a kite, ladies and gentlemen. Not really, of course. We'll get back to that in a moment, but for now, we're going to flash back to last night, where we completed the cleaning we were tasked with by Corporal Cafe and his sidekick, Cadet Cat. Also, you can see that I bought some DLC, specifically the Dancing All Night costume and BGM set, and then got the free school outfit one. Those give you outfits for everybody, save for the school one, which does not give one for Morgana, because he doesn't go to school. Well, he does, but he's a freeloader. The Dancing All Night set apparently gives you outfits as if the characters were in the game, as opposed to copying anyone's swag, which was the reason I chose that over P3 or P4 outfits. You also get some music you can play in battle. I wonder about that. I expect at some point to go and get the Catherine outfits as well, but $6.99 or $7.99, whatever that they are, was a bit steep. I don't mind at all giving money to Atlas. They've earned enough good faith from me, and this does add some fresh life to the experience without breaking game balance. That's probably the most important thing for DLC in my eyes. That being said, you did just see me equipped 3 of those Dancing All Night bandanas that you get, which raise the power of all-out attacks based on how many people are wearing them. So we equipped it 3, so assumedly that's times 3 damage on all-out attacks, which seems excessive. And I'd hate to say that we just paid to win, so might not be using those. Now back to the present. We have a book on the last night we got a book, and some days while you're riding the train, you get a seat there and you can read. Now the difference between reading in this game and P4 is that you only get stat buffs when you finish a book, which is kind of shitty. It means you got to spend a lot more time to get a kind of small boost to any stat. Found this one on the shelf and I completely forgot what it was, so I thought, hey, why don't I read it? I bet the game wants me to, because this should be the only thing you have at this time if you didn't explore, go to the library like we did. And it's completely freaking worthless. That all it does is allow you to fast travel to some places which you could unlock just by walking up to. So, complete waste of time. Could have been better spent reading that other book. I doubt we're going to read all the books in the game on this run. So, yeah, that was dumb. Now for the elephant in the room, or rather the lack thereof. Due to some admittedly foreseeable circumstances with ASEN and other stuff going on, we didn't have Persona footage for today, so I ended up flying solo. I hope you'll bear with me as we get through this. I wanted to make this day as short as possible, but didn't want to waste the day either, so a lot ends up happening. Sorry, Dan. Listening to those girls on the way to school, we learn about the part-time jobs, which is something we're going to hit up after school. Ryuji, what do you have to say? I can't use the weapons, and he's talking about getting money. Do you have any savings? No. Once again, reinforcing the part-time jobs. Oh, I don't feel like it. I know the feeling, Ryuji, but you have to pay for the convention-grade weapons and mountains of horse tranquilizers from the back alley doctor somehow. YouTube's having trouble with the ads nowadays, so that's a wash too. I hear the demon-killing industry is lucrative. They even have dental now. Morgana's telling us that we should go and sell the crap we got from the last exploration, and we're going to do that. I'm going to cut most of it out, though. I'll just show you the highlights. How's it going, Mishima? He's in this boat together with us, up shit creek. None of us with a paddle. We're going to get through this, though. I'm going to save ourselves, fix this dang school, shitty adults and all. Alright, what was I saying? Something about part-time jobs. Okay, so we're going to go to the underground walkway and hit those up. The part-time jobs get you small cash and raise social stats. That's primarily the thing you want them for. You can see that there are ads all over the place for them. The one I want to raise soon is kindness, so we can start An's confidant, which I think begins after the palace. But we'll also need a lot of guts for some upcoming confidants as well, and knowledge for exams. Charm comes into play at some point. I think proficiency might be the least important stat, but don't quote me. So we're hitting up the convenience store. which we can do only during the day. Wait, what's going on there? Oh, it looked like the character model was holding an umbrella that wasn't there. Huh. Anyway, there you go. So you can see that the convenience store is only during the day. And we're not going to do that today. As it is raining, we have an opportunity to go to the cafe where you can raise your knowledge by studying, and then you can also order food, which gives you a small boost to a secondary stat. I think the first things they start off with are charm or knowledge. It's a drink that you can take that raises it. And then there's a kindness steak made by Grandma. Oh, thank you. Going to the study cafe when it rains raises your knowledge higher than on regular days, so it's going to be very worth it if we get the chance, because it looks like we have another event to go through with the Velvet Room. Okay, short diversion, then we hit the books. And this guy is talking about something that leads into the start of another confidant. I don't remember if that's a story one or you have to actually scout out this area for dudes looking to go into Untouchable, the gun shop. Caroline and Justine. The easiest way to remember which one is which is Caroline don't care. And that's why she hits you with the stick. No, girls, can't you just hit me up when I'm going to sleep? It's going to be a very busy day. Alright, Igor's got me by the ball and chain, so we're going to listen to what he has to say. Which is essentially just, hey, you can now come to the Velvet Room whenever you feel like. Just step on through the door. And we have instant messaging these days. I don't know why that wouldn't have done the job. Especially since he gave me that phone app. Just more evidence to the case. I don't know. Anyway, we go to the shop. Sell all the junk we got in the thing. Sell some of the equipment. And I'm gonna sell the DLC, Soma. Don't tell Dan I want the money. Okay.
Should be grateful.
And then this, and then we get some of that. Alright, thanks.
Come again.
And likely. Now that we've exercised our capitalist rights to have all the weapons we could ever want, let's go get some... Who said you were eating? Well, strike me a deal and call me a confidant. There is no cafe happening today. I learned later that the cafe officially starts tomorrow. Believe it or not, it's also raining tomorrow, spoiler alert. So maybe that's what we'll do then. I don't know quite yet. Our only other worthwhile option, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there are other places I could go to the convenience store and work, but instead I'm gonna get this confidant started with the back alley doctor. Takemi, I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm sure we'll go into several stories about Anime Central, which happened over the weekend when Dan comes back. Oh shit.
What are you trying to do?
Alright, we're gonna let her chew me out, try and find out all my secrets while I tell this story, I suppose. But, so this last weekend was ACEN, Anime Central, big, I guess like medium tier anime convention in Chicago. And we all went with some of our friends. Dan was there, and I was there. And I didn't have a cosplay or anything for Saturday or Sunday, because I'm not really super into it, but a couple of my friends are, and they're pretty decent at it. So, you know, they rope me in, but not like a, hey, do this, and I'm like, it gets me excited to actually try it out. So, okay, issues resolved.
Take care.
Okay, but she's not having any of it. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I went around Saturday and Sunday with a sign that I made that is the sort of progress bar. If you haven't played the game yet, we'll see it eventually, of this fan site for the Phantom Thieves that asks questions of the NPCs, and they respond. And you can look at them, and then, you know, as more people answer yes to the questions, Phantom Thieves become more popular, bar fills up. So I went around with the question, are the Phantom Thieves just? And had people who are cosplaying Persona 5 or just knew it, have them sign it. And I ran into someone who was doing a really, really good Takemi cosplay. Takemi, I flubbed the name, I'm sure. But... found her, got her to take a picture with the sign, which had a good number of signatures. Then she added one, which was Taya's best girl. So, right on. There's quite a quite a big waifu war actually happened on that board. I think Futaba won. Well, it would be Akechi winning, but he also received the most hate, so I think it cancels out. Anyway, back to what's actually going on. She's going to the big sort of central thing that happens with this confidant is that she's going to have you try out her medical concoctions and see if you survive. And if you do rank up with her, sometimes your guts goes up. I was wondering if that was the case while doing this, which was more incentive to start this one. I don't... No, it does. It does at the end. It's a small boost. Bottoms up. Oh, funny. This red drank tastes like blue drank. That's the one thing you never want to see or hear a doctor say. I'm actually, like, really surprised that she has a license at all in this. Like, I like her, but my gosh, I don't know how doctors work in Japan so much, but she just seems sketchy as hell. Game over. Oh, it's okay. I'm just dead. Thanks. I agreed to it, I guess. Alright, she's actually going to talk now.
Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now?
Yeah, it smelled like blue drank, but it was red.
By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
What the hell? She set me up. I thought I was doing good for the world.
Fine. And by the way, the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming.
Oh yes, surströmming. My favorite guitarist.
All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to
I heard he
get some
played
good
for the
data.
Queen. That must be where the sur comes from.
It's my turn to make good on my part of the deal.
And it's my turn to
That's why I
stop
waited
this
until you
terrible
woke
joke.
I don't want the general public to know about my original medicine.
You know, honestly, lady, I hope the general public
you're
doesn't find out about you,
strictly
because I
prohibited
think they
from
might
disclosing what happens
witch
here to
hunt.
anyone. Understood? Then it's a deal. As long
I like
as you
that.
come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good
I think I went
price
over this
whenever you
briefly
want.
in
I may
past
even
episodes,
add
but
additional selections
let's reiterate,
in
if I
time.
did.
I look forward to your
The
continued
difference
patience.
between Confidant and Social Link is not just in name. The relationship for a Confidant is based on a deal. And in nearly every, I think every, Confidant in this game, at some point at the first rank they say it's a deal, or they formulate a deal with
Considering all
Ryuji,
the
it's
actions
training,
you've taken, you
with
must have had someone with medical
Tai, it's
expertise.
Tay, you do the
Who?
clinical trials, and
And
then
how did you
she'll
treat your
give you more
wounds?
medicine. I won't spoil some of the other ones.
It'll be
I know I
easy
keep
to
saying I
find out
won't
who
spoil
of you
things, and then
into
I've
this
spoiled
scene.
other things so far for people who haven't played yet, but hey, you know. My sincerest apologies, I guess.
Thou art I.
Sorry, it's super late. This episode's coming out super late. Just trying to get... I wanted to get this out today,
Shall become the
and
wings
tomorrow
of
it'll just be me
rebellion
as
that
well.
breaketh
Bear
the
with me.
chains of captivity. With the birth of the death persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
First, I was really confused by this music because it seemed really intimidating to me, but I guess it is pretty triumphant. I wouldn't have, if I just heard it on its own, like on the soundtrack, I don't think I would have associated it with ranking up
So,
Confidants.
when can you come back for the next clinical trial?
We'll say this, it's better than the, like,
You don't
sappy
remember
music
that
they
part,
used for
you know?
when you get
Well,
to a max
I was
rank
saying that
in
teenage
P3
test
and
subjects are
P4.
quite valuable in the medical research industry.
That stuff sounded like
so I'll provide you
PBS
the
Barney.
medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig.
This is
I
so
have to
scary.
perfect this medicine.
Alright, that seems important.
If you're
Make a
able to
note of
move
that.
now, you can go home. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, and then there it is, the guts. So we got something out of this day, only one though. Milk toast. I didn't know that was or milk a toast. I never know how to pronounce that. I always thought that was, you know, the words milk and toast put together. I didn't know it was one very eloquent looking word. You know, Sojiro probably just now as we walked in realized it's raining. He is slow on the upkeep. Now they're talking about how the rumors about us being expelled are going around. You know, when we did our first actual sort of dungeon crawl on this temple, Dan was right. He in wanting to be urgent about this. This first palace is actually, you're given a lot less time than the other ones. I remember having like a whole month and a half or something for later ones. The number of days was excessive. Maybe it's different on hard mode. No, that couldn't possibly be. Take it back. Strike it from the record. Edit it out, Kevin. No, then I'll have to go and re-record. That's even worse. Oh yeah, we have an opportunity to talk with Sojiro. Did he not just call me over? And now he's like, oh wait, you will talk to me? What did he expect? Expected me to be a rebel. Going up to my room, Dad. You're not my dad.
Hey, how's school? You're not causing any trouble, are you?
Not intentionally. Well, maybe a little intentionally.
What are you all quiet for? I've got to report to your probation officer twice a month. It's already a pain in the ass as is, so please don't make me have to write even more crap.
I like that it's
Got
not
that?
the reporting about
This society is
good or
kept in
bad
check by
things, it's the
laws and
writing.
authority figures.
I can feel
You can
that.
go and get yourself killed if you want, but don't go dragging other people into your mess.
Oh,
Last
okay.
thing we
You
need
care
is
about
more
me.
idiots like you roaming around.
Damn. Sojiro's like almost harsher than anybody to this guy.
What's wrong?
I was about to say something
Yeah, I'm heading out now.
in reference to something I said about Sojiro in a past episode, and I realized
Okay.
that
I'll see you
that would
later.
have been a pretty significant spoiler. I
As you
won't
can
do that
see,
one.
I'm pretty damn busy
I'll
both at work
spare
and
you
in my
that.
private life. If you could lend a hand, it'd really be a great help.
Are you gonna pay me? Because I was just looking at part-time jobs today, and I don't have anything at night. I'm not
Now we're talking.
attractive enough, I guess, for those
Either
jobs.
way, I won't ask you to work for free. If you agree to help me, then I'll teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. Not a bad trade, eh?
Let's see. You know, money could buy me a cup of coffee. All right, sounds interesting.
All right. Looks like we got ourselves a deal.
I don't think this is a 50-50 here, but hey, whatever. We're closing the distance. Gets to know how to make coffee. I sass it just because I'm sassy at the moment, but it really is it's a helpful tool. The coffee allows you to recover some SP. I think it's only for one person
may
at the
call
early
yourself a
ranks, but
fantasy,
he actually doesn't
you're
even teach
still
us
a
how to do
minor.
it this first time. You gotta
Someone
rank
had
up
to
more.
support you.
So Jiro's actually a pretty tough one
Furthermore, they did so
because
knowing
you gotta
were
get
a
his
part of that
questions
group.
right to
Isn't the owner
get
of
his
that
confidant
cafe an
up, and then you do
accomplice
have to
of
spend a
yours?
lot of days just hanging out with him. I don't know if he's the most difficult. I think that belongs to a different character in terms of how well you have to answer their questions or waste more and more days hanging out with them. I am curious to see which confidants we will end up maxing in this playthrough, because I got a feeling there might be some contention between Dan and I about what days to spend where.
All right.
I think we'll both want to get Sojiro done.
I'll be counting on your help. See you later.
I'm gonna ditto that, audience. That's the end of the day. Thanks for sticking with me. And tomorrow, it'll just be me again as well. We'll keep it fresh. You do the same.